Salute, salute, y'all. Salute, salute, salute. Peace and blessings. Hold on. Let me take this hat off. Let me take this hat off. That's over here. I just want to be DJ. No, everywhere else, no. I'll be BF. Over here. I'll be DJ. There we go. We'll rock out like that. Let's rock out. Let's rock out this way, y'all. Let's rock out this way. Now, I am doing this live because I feel like, what's up, Julian? What's up, Johnny Q? Dante, salute to my bro. I'm doing this live. Because in this Iran war, people are not understanding what's actually happening, bro. Queen Pink, what's up, Queen Pink? I want you guys to understand something. We are not the goal, y'all. We are not the goal. And what I mean by that, hold on. When I say we're not the goal, I'm speaking about how Israel, and I will say I don't got no beef with them dudes, but them dudes is cheeks. Them dudes is straight garbage, bro. Straight up garbage. I mean, straight up garbage, bro. Come on, bro. All right. Hold up, y'all. I'm trying to do something right quick for my bro Dante so I can wrench my bro Dante up. Yes. Okay. Back to this. All right. Well, whenever that circles, it'll do its thing. All right. Let me talk to you guys right quick. A lot of people is running through here and they're acting like, oh man, we about to beat them and blah, blah, blah. We have a false sense of security in America. We have a false sense of security in America because we have an ocean between us, right? We have an ocean between us with this false sense, two oceans between us. So because of these two oceans between us, that is allowing us to operate at such a space. It's allowing us to operate at such a space that we're not on the same, we're not on the correct mindset as we should be. We're not where we should be, y'all. Literally not where we should be. We're not looking at that Israel state. We're not looking at them how we should. Now let me show you guys something. I want to show y'all something. This is what Israel wants. That's what Israel wants, y'all. What you're looking at is called the Greater Israel. That's what you're looking at. I want to show y'all something. I want to show you guys the IDF shoulder patch. This is on the IDF soldier's shoulder, y'all. So if you're, what's up, Abe? What's up, Shamar? If you are an American soldier, you have shoulder patches that you wear, right? You wear a shoulder patch on your sleeve, right? Your insignia. Well, not your insignia. You could wear your insignia, but it's not your insignia. You would wear like your third ID, 2 ID, first ID, CAV, whatever. You wear some shit like that. But what you're looking at in red is Greater Israel. That's what you're looking at in red. Now, what I want you to look at now is the patch on the IDF's shoulder. This is their shoulder patch. This is what they have on their sleeve. This is what the IDF wears on their military uniforms. You see that at the bottom? That's the insignia they wear on their sleeve. What's up, Daryl? That's the insignia they wear. That insignia at the bottom is Greater Israel. This is what they want. Greater Israel. Does everybody see that? You guys see that? This is what they want. This is what they're pushing for. They're pushing for that, for Greater Israel. So when they're telling you guys, oh no, Iran is a threat and blah, 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 and yada, yada, no, Iran is not a threat, bro. They're not worried about Iran. I'm going to break this down for you in a second, but they're not worried about Iran. So what you're looking at is Greater Israel, that thing that looks like a shoe, looks like a woman's shoe. That is Greater Israel. That is what's in red. This is what they want. Now, I want you to focus on Greater Israel. Focus on Greater Israel. Looking at Greater Israel, you can see Jordan, Syria, Iraq. Now, Greater Israel is everything between the Nile and the Euphrates. Those two rivers between the Nile and the Euphrates. That is Greater Israel. That's in their Torah. That's what they want. All the land between the Nile and the Euphrates. That is Greater Israel. So they're going to get rid of Syria. They're going to get rid of Lebanon. They're going to get rid of Jordan. They're going to take half of Saudi Arabia, and they're going to take a chunk of Egypt. All of that is what they look at. They're going to control the Suez Canal. They're going to control basically half of the Red Sea. This is what they want. This is Greater Israel, bro. This is the goal for Israel. This is their goal. I don't understand why people are not looking at reality. Oh man, Iran's a threat, man. Iran is a threat to who? Who is Iran a threat to, y'all? Who are they a threat to? Israel has nuclear bombs. Israel has the most powerful air force in the Middle East. There's no one that has the air force that Israel has because they got it all from us. So who is Iran a threat to? Who are they a threat to? Think about it like this. If Iran, Iraq, Syria, Lebanon, all these countries that they say are sponsors of terrorists, right? If all of these countries were a threat to Israel, why haven't they wiped Israel off the face of the earth? Why haven't they wiped them off the face of the earth? Why haven't they got rid of Israel already? Why haven't they just completely just demolished it? Why haven't they? If they're such a threat, there's such a terrorism, and why haven't they terrorized Israel? If they're all of this that they're telling and feeding, they're feeding the media and the media's feeding the people and all. If they're feeding the people this, why hasn't Iran, Syria, Jordan, Iraq, why haven't Lebanon, why haven't they wiped Israel off the face of the earth? Why haven't they? And don't tell me because America backs them, because by the time that America was able to put together a force that could go over there and help Israel, by the time we was able to do that, they would have got wiped off the face of the earth already. These people are there, bro. Think about it like this. Use your mind and think this. If you live in Texas, right? You live in Texas. The people that protect you are in Alaska, but you're beefing with people in Arizona and Oklahoma Who the hell do you think is going to get there first? Who you think's getting there first, bro? Who do you think is getting there first? If you live in Texas and you're beefing with the state of Arizona and you're beefing with the state of Oklahoma, who's getting there first? This is not rocket science, bro. This is not rocket science at all. Bro, Oklahoma and Arizona would beat the dog breaks off of Texas if they were beefing with them, if they were such a threat and blah, blah, blah. Man, the people in people in damn Alaska, man, it does a plane fly, blah, blah. The people in Arizona and in Oklahoma can just walk and punch on y'all. But let me explain to you guys why I titled this the way I did. United States versus Israel versus Iran. I titled that for a reason. I want you guys to look at something. These are all the military bases in the Middle East. These are the military bases. Air bases, Navy bases, right? The outpost and the radar facilities. These are it, bro. As you see, they mainly have air bases, but the outposts are army bases, basically. But for the most part, they have air bases and Navy bases, right? Now, these bases were over here and set up for two reasons. One, oil. Two, protect Israel. Oil and Israel. Oil and Israel. Now, if you look at this map, if you look at the Red Sea, now I'm going to bring this back up for you guys. Because if you look at the Red Sea, you would think, why can't they send oil out the Red Sea? Then you would look at the Persian Gulf. Saudi Arabia has shit tons of oil. So does Kuwait, so does Iraq, right? But Saudi Arabia has shit tons of oil. Shit tons of oil. Shit tons. They could send their oil, instead of going to the Persian Gulf, just send it out the Red Sea. But for some strange reason, it all goes out the Persian Gulf. For some strange reason. Now, let's flip back over to this where the what's names are. As you see, majority consolidation of the army of the American bases are on the Persian Gulf. They're over on the Persian Gulf. They're on the right side of Saudi Arabia, on the Persian Gulf, not the Red Sea. They're on the Persian Gulf side. That's because Iran has shit tons of oil too. So they put all their bases on this side strategically in order to protect the Persian Gulf. Now, here is the problem. Israel does not give a fuck about y'all oil, bro. They don't give a fuck about American oil. They don't give a fuck about the world's oil. They don't give a fuck about that. They care about this. This is what they care about. This. They care about greater Israel. This. Kuwait is in greater Israel. Damn near all of Iraq is in greater Israel. Damn near all of Syria is in greater Israel. A part of Turkey is in greater Israel. Lebanon is in greater Israel. Jordan is in greater Israel. And damn near half of Saudi Arabia is in greater Israel. And a big old chunk of Egypt is in greater Israel. From the Nile to the Euphrates and everything in between. Everything in between is greater Israel. From the Nile to the Euphrates. Now, Israel needed America over here. They needed these bases. They needed this. They absolutely needed this. Until they can build up the strength. Till they can get their strength where they want their strength to be so that they can do it themselves. Well, they don't have enough land to build up enough military bases, and they don't have enough people. So what people do you think they're going to use to get the land? Americans. They're going to use Americans to get the land. That's what people. So what do they do in order to get that? Well, as you're looking at this map, Iran is not a part of Greater Israel at all. At all. Iran has absolutely nothing to do with Greater Israel. Nothing. The Euphrates has absolutely nothing to do with Iran at all. As a matter of fact, Greater Israel and Iran are on each side of the Euphrates. As the Euphrates comes up from the Persian Gulf, well, it'll be down, but as the Euphrates comes up and it splits from the Euphrates to the Tigris, or the Tigris, whichever one you call it. So when it comes up from the Persian Gulf, bro, when it empties out into the Persian Gulf, on one side would be Greater Israel, and on the other side would be Iran. There is no beef between Iran and Israel and Greater Israel, bro. There's no beef. They're literally, Greater Israel has nothing to do with Iran. So then why would Israel attack Iran? Why would they attack Iran? If there's nothing to do with it, BF or DJ, bro, why would they attack? Why would they do that? Well, who else can take out the American bases that Israel no longer needs over there? We've already destroyed Iraq. Israel can take Iraq by themselves. They don't need us. We've already destroyed Iraq. Jordan is weak. Lebanon is weak. Syria is weak. That's why they're saying the new Palestine is Turkey. That's what they say that. They say the new Palestine is Turkey because Turkey is a nuclear country and it's a stronghold. Turkey is a stronghold. So who else can take out the American bases that they don't need? They don't need them anymore. Just think about it like this. I need everybody to think about this. If Iran was the greatest sponsor of terror all these years, for 47 years, for 50 years, whatever lie they want to make up, and Israel just attacked them, why didn't they attack them 4 years ago, 8 years ago, 12 years ago, 20 years ago? Why didn't they attack Iran at any of these times? Well, I'll tell you why. Because they still didn't believe they were strong enough. They didn't believe that they were strong enough to do what they wanted to do, and they couldn't coax America to come along with them. They couldn't even do it the first Trump term. This one they can. They coaxed them on. They fired on Iran. They have Jeffrey Epstein files to hold over Trump's head, so they fire on Iran. So America has to get involved. And what does Iran do, y'all? What do they do? Iran starts targeting all of these American bases. Aha. Iran targets all of the American bases. All of these American bases that Israel no longer needs. They started the war with Iran for Iran to target the bases. And that's exactly what Iran has been doing. So what does that do? If you guys watch my video where I told y'all we have 3 options here. Black Jericho, salute to my brother. I told you guys we have 3 options here. What's up, Nugs? We have 3 options. 3. Option number 1, retreat. Option number 2, put boots on the ground in Iran. Options number 3, nuclear war. Those are the only 3 options. We have no other options, bro. I don't care what Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. I don't give a damn what news you watch. We only have 3 options. That's all we have is 3 options. That's it. Retreat, boots on the ground, nuclear war. That's all we have. We have nothing else. Can someone explain why Israel just fired on Russia. Trail, well, what's up, Trail? Hey, Trail, I didn't forget you, bro. I'm gonna send you that Coons intro. I'm gonna send it to you. But I want you guys to understand something. There is a reason that Israel fired on Russia. Israel is betting that we do not go to nuclear war. That's what they're betting. We don't do a nuclear war. We're not trying to end everything, right? So they're betting on Iran weakening America and then bringing in Russia. That's why Israel fired on Russia. So you want to bring in Russia, and that will weaken America more. It will be, and while we're being weakened, what is Israel doing? They're attacking Lebanon. Israel is not putting boots on the ground in Iran, y'all. Israel is attacking Lebanon. There is no war that we fought because of Israel where the IDF soldiers fought alongside us. That there is none. They start the war and then we go fight it, and they start fighting another one. Israel's legitimately fighting with Lebanon right now. Yes, Israel fired. They fired on Russia. Russia has some energy sites, some energy locations in Iran, and they are Russian proprietary stuff. It's Russian proprietary. So when America goes to bomb Iran, they don't bomb the Russian target. The Russian energy places. They don't bomb them. When Israel has bombed Iran, they have not bombed the Russia stuff. There was a ship that went through the sea. Do you see that at the top of this screen? Hold up, let me do this. So at the top of this, where you see Tehran right there, right? That sea right there. That sea, I think that's the Dead Sea, but that sea right there, or whatever that sea is, that sea is between Tehran and Russia. Russia's on the other side of this. There's a base, a naval base where Russia and Tehran, who have a partnership, Russia sends equipment to Tehran, right? And they go back and forth right there. Israel bombed one of those ships. They bombed one of those ships, bro. They bombed one of those ships. Israel bombed one. And then tried to play it off and act like they didn't know who it was. You did know it was Russia, and you fired on that base. They fired on that base where the ships come from to go to Tehran and back and forth. They fired on that base and they bombed one of the ships. They're trying to drag Russia in, right? If you drag Russia in, then you split up America even more. Israel wants America weakened so that Iran can do what Iran wants to do. I mean, not wants to, so that Iran so Iran can blow up these. If Iran gets rid of these, and America is weakened, and Iran gets rid of these, and then Iran has to focus on, America has to focus on Iran and Russia, right? America is weakened, and America has to focus on Russia and Iran, while Israel is starting this, and we are focusing on Russia. Mind you, we didn't fire on Russia, and we didn't fire on Iran, but Israel did, and Israel fired on Iran, and Israel just fired on Russia. So now they're spreading us. They're spreading America thin. They're spreading us so that we are stretched thin. So when we're stretched thin, y'all, guess what they will do then when we're stretched thin? They will start pressing the gas in Iraq. They'll smash the gas in Iraq, bro. They'll smash the gas in Jordan. They'll smash the gas. They won't go to Egypt just yet, and they won't do Saudi Arabia, but they will do Syria. They will do Jordan. They will do Lebanon, and they will do Iraq. They will absolutely smash the gas over there. Wow. And keep this. Keep this. If you look at it for what it is, how would Israel get troops on the ground in Iran? they would take land moving over to Iran. That's how they get troops on the ground in Iran. They would never put troops on the ground in Iran, but they would act like they're moving that direction, and then they would sell that to America. They're not taking over Syria. They're not taking over Iraq. They're trying to move over to help us and put boots on the ground in Iran. And Bibi will probably tell you that shit. Goofy ass Satan himself will probably tell you, what we're going to do is we're going to help out our American allies, our greatest ally. We're going to help our greatest ally. And, we're going to drive our troops from Israel. We're going to drive our troops from Israel over to Iran. Yeah, sure. I'm sure you will, because in between Israel and Iran is Iraq. Do you think when you drive to the Euphrates River, you're just going to give it back? No, everywhere they drive in order to get to Iran, they're keeping it. Everywhere they drive, bro. That is what they're doing right now in Lebanon. And the reason why they're going up to Lebanon is they're trying to cut off the Mediterranean Sea. They're not going inwards right now. They're trying to cut off the Mediterranean. So it's like putting together a puzzle, right? The first thing you do, you don't start putting the pieces together in the middle. No, you put together the outside. You put together the outside. That's the first thing you do. And then you start filling in the middle once you get the outside. And that's why they're going up to Lebanon, so they can cut off the Mediterranean. And that elongates Israel, right? It cuts off the water to everybody in this. Jordan, Damascus, Syria, Lebanon, none of them have a water route. If you have no water route, all I got to do, I'll never have to worry about that now. All I got to do now is go that way, because I cut off your water. I go that way. That way. That is what Israel's doing. That is what they're doing, yo. This is their plan. And I don't understand how anybody can't see this. Greater Israel has nothing to do with Iran. Nothing. Greater Israel has everything to do with Israel being able to take Iraq, Lebanon, and Syria, and Jordan. That's what Greater Israel has something to do. To take Lebanon, Syria, Jordan. Shut up, bitch. Lebanon, Syria. I say Syria, Syria, and this thing thought I said Syria. I need to turn that off. I need to turn that off, bro. Because I don't need my phone listening to every damn thing I say. I need to turn that shit off. But that is the goal. So why we, the world, the Americans, and everybody else is focused on America and Iran, while we're focused on that, and they're sending boots on the ground and having massive casualties, because we will have massive casualties, y'all. Massive casualties. Massive. We are a strong country. We are not as strong as people think. We will have massive casualties. Massive. But while we're focused on Iran, where is Israel focused on? Lebanon. What the fuck did Lebanon do to anybody? They're bombing Lebanon. The IDF in Israel is attacking Lebanon. What the fuck did Lebanon do? If Israel is the greatest threat for terrorism and their proxies and all this other, if Iran is that, then why isn't Israel fucking fighting Iran? No, what they're doing is they're lobbing missiles at Iran while also bombing Lebanon. This is their opportunity right now for the world to keep their eyes. Look over here, y'all. Look at Iran. Everybody look at Iran. Stay looking at Iran. Don't look at us. We're going up here to Lebanon, but keep your eyes on. And every time you don't hear these guys jump on social media and talk about how Lebanon is the greatest existential threat to Israel in the world. No, they keep saying Iran. It's Iran this, Iran this, Iran that, Iran this, Iran. Do you guys realize they just killed a journalist? 2 in Lebanon, blew them up. Nobody cares. The focus is Iran. Because Israel owns the media. This is the reason why I don't speak too much about this type of stuff on my other page, because this page isn't monetized. So, you know, they want to mess with this page. Cool, whatever. I'm not going to speak too much about this on my other page because that one's monetized. So I try to limit it to the best of my ability. This page right here, speak for myself. I'm going to speak for myself. This shit isn't monetized as of yet. And even when it gets monetized, I'm still going to speak what I'm speaking. But I can do it right now while it's not monetized. What I am telling you is Israel owns our media, all of our media. They own both sides of our media, right? Before, if you was with Fox and you was with Republican, if you was to CNN, you was with Democrats. MSNBC was more Democrat. You know what I'm saying? Then all the other ones were more Republican. C-SPAN and all these other things, they were more Republican. So now, with Donald Trump Donald Trump and the FCC allowed the Jews, Israel. I'm not even gonna say the Jews because it's not really the Jews. They're getting a bad rap. It's the Zayos. It's not really the Jews. It's the Zayos, bro. It's the Zayos. Facts, Daryl. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. It's the Zayos, y'all. It is the Zayos. Once they start, it's the Zayos that have, it's not the Jewish people, it's the Zayos. The Zayos control all of the media, all of it, y'all. They own Google, they own YouTube, they own MSNBC, they own CNN, they own Fox. The Zayos own all the media. All the media that is pushed to America, all of it is owned by the Zayos. They own both sides. Both sides. They own the fucking Democrats and they own the Republicans. If you look, and I'm going to do a video on this, right? I'm going to do a video. There's an AIPAC tracker. If you look and see who takes money from AIPAC, there's legitimately, of the 400 Republicans and 400 representatives and the 100 senators, there's probably like 10 that don't take AIPAC money. Probably like 10. Dead ass serious. Probably like 10 people that don't take AIPAC money. Other than that, everybody takes it. All of them take AIPAC money. Every last one. Everybody. Bro, do you guys know that Donald Trump got over $200 million in AIPAC money? Over 200 million just this year. Well, since his term, his 1 year in office, he's got over $200 million in AIPAC money. Why is Donald Trump getting AIPAC money? Why? Over $200 million, bro. Well, he's getting AIPAC money so that when AIPAC attacks Iran, when Israel attacks Iran for Iran to weaken America, America will fight. America will fight, bro. Bro, do you guys know in the military, they don't play CNN or MSNBC? Do you guys know that? The only news that they play is Fox. Do y'all know that? In the defects on base, my entire military career for 14 years, they have never played any news other than Fox. Ever. And no defect ever. It's always Fox. No gyms, no defects, nothing. It is just Fox News. I've never seen anything else. Even when I deployed, y'all, when we had the AFN network, right? When I deployed, they have AFN in the gyms. And all the AFN is just a feed. It's a media feed, right? So you get it. It's like Comcast for the military, right? Or Vios or something like that for the military. So you get that streamed in, and then you can watch different channels from AFN, right? You can watch different channels. The only news that they played is Fox. That's it. day in, day out, Fox. The leadership would not allow you to put on any other channel, Fox. All 3 deployments in Iraq, Fox. All deployments in Afghanistan, Fox. Fox. All of them. Fox. That is for a reason. It's for a reason, because Fox is the propaganda for war. They're the propaganda for war. And they've always been the propaganda for war. All Fox, Trail Will. All Fox. They will not put on CNN. They will not put on C-SPAN. Well, they'll put on C-SPAN sometimes, because C-SPAN is also that. The Beautiful Queen Karma. 2003 to 4, 5 to 6, and the next year, 7 to 8. So when it kicked off in 2000 and whatever, I think once they 2001, 2002, we were gearing up for it. 2003 is when they actually went in. And then when they came back, no, move that back a year. Yeah, move that back. So 3 years in Iraq, 3 different times. And every time I went, it got more and more Americanized. By the last time I went there, fucking 50 Cent was there. The fuck 50 Cent doing? The motherfuckers was having concerts and shit over there. The first time I went, fucking crazy. Fucking crazy. Your last deployment, I was in Afghanistan. In your 2010 and 11, I was in Afghanistan. 05, 06, I was with the Cav. I was with Cav. I was with the Cav. We came in with the strikers. In the beginning, we came with no, that was the first one. The first one was the strikers. The second one, we still had some strikers. No, we had strikers the second time too. So the first one we had strikers. The second one we had strikers, and the third one we had MRAPs. The third one we had the MRAP vehicles. That's when those started to come in. En Vogue was there. Shit. Yeah, I ain't know nothing about them. I ain't know nothing about them En Vogue. But yeah, we had motherfuckers had. I was there with what was the General Shinseki? General Shinseki was the Army Chief of Staff. General Shinseki was the Army Chief of Staff. And we were not prepared to go, but he loved the strikers, so he sent us anyway. The Army Chief of Staff, General Shinseki, is a Chinese guy or Asian guy, whatever he was. But yep, General Shinseki pushed us through. We did not pass our trials. I want to say in NTC or JRTC. Was it JRTC? Not JRTC. It's called something else. It's in Alexandria. Maybe it is JRTC. It is JRTC. Because you have NTC, the National Training Center, and then the Joint Readiness. Yeah, the National Training Center and then the Joint Readiness Training Center. So you have the one in Alexandria, Louisiana, and then you have the other in where the fuck is that? Nevada? Yeah, we had in my other one, we had General Petraeus until, he started to get a little liberal, and then we started to get a little liberal. All of a sudden, they started shitting on him and called him General Betrayed Us. But at first, he was the greatest motherfucker that walked God's green earth at first. It's a great, you know who I met? Do you guys know that there is a Sergeant Major of America? Did y'all know that there's a title for the Sergeant Major of America? And I met that dude. I said, I said, where? I never heard of a Sergeant Major of America. I never heard of it. I never heard of it before a day in my life. But there is a Sergeant Major of America. I wonder who that is now. I'm about to look it up. I wonder who's the Sergeant Major of America now. Because it was a white dude. Well, they're basically all of them is white. It was a white dude, and he was working with, I want to say he was the Joint Chief of Staff Sergeant Major. Yeah, the Joint Chief of Staff Sergeant Major is the Sergeant Major of America. Ambrose, what's up, homie? I want to see if they still. I'm curious. I'm curious who it is. Howard Creamer, that's his name. Howard Creamer is the Sergeant Major of America. Oh, the Sergeant Major of the Marine Corps. Oh, okay. Oh, it is him. Yeah, it is him. Okay, I guess Sergeant Major Creamer is the Sergeant Major of America, I guess. I guess. Okay. All right. That's what's up. Okay. So, hey, man, rock on, homie. Hey, rock on. Hey, rock on. But it's crazy when you look at all these guys, and every single one of them is a white guy. Every single one. Every single one. A white guy. But whatever, bro. Whatever. It is what it is. It is what it is. Oh no, that's not him. His name is Michael R. Weimer. Michael Weimer is the Sergeant Major of America. Michael Weimer. No, this is the Sergeant Major of the. Man, whatever, bro. I don't give a fuck about these niggas. Anyways, it was some white dude that was with the Joint Chief of Staff. Some white dude who was all chippery and shit. Motherfucker was all chippery and hyper. Bouncing around. Everybody was kissing his ass and shit. But whatever. So he was I don't give a fuck about none of these people, bro. I don't give a fuck about any of these people. I don't give a fuck, dog. But whatever. When one of these fucking white people hyper as hell, bouncing her off the shelves and shit. Whoever the Joint Chief of Staff's Sergeant, the Joint Chief of Staff is the fucking highest 4-star general in the military. He's the Joint Chief of Staff. I forget what the fuck this nigga's name is, but whatever. His Sergeant Major is the Sergeant Major of America. Whoever the fuck that nigga is, all right? Let me make sure I'm wrench it. That shit's starting to piss me off now the more I think about it. Like, bro, I don't give a fuck about this nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck about this nigga, man. Fuck this nigga, bro. I don't give a fuck about this nigga. Anyways, let me go back here. Let me wrench up my bros. Let me wrench up the beautiful Queen Karma. Let me wrench up Karma right quick, and let me wrench up what's the name? So Karma, you was deployed twice. Shit. When you get deployed, bro, them motherfuckers be queens for a year. The beautiful Queen Karma was a queen, period. She was a queen, is a queen, Period. The rest of them motherfuckers, they go over there, be queens for a year, be some straight fucking mud ducks. Some of the most hideous, ugliest people you'll ever see. And then all you see is a whole bunch of people meat riding. Meat riding like a motherfucker. Bringing them food and shit. Motherfuckers they be all in their room and you be like, hey, bro, hey, we going to the gym or what? Y'all trying to hoop or what? Like, nah, man, I gotta bring old girl this food. I'm like, is she sick? Like, nah, she not sick, man. She just didn't want to go to the gym. She didn't want to go to the say, what the fuck you, bro? Wait a minute, bro. So you going, this bitch giving you writing down a list and shit. See, when I was in Afghanistan, we had the radios. We had little radios we would carry. When I was in Afghanistan. And they would hit people up on there. You would hear these motherfuckers be giving them their damn orders. Yeah, let me get this. Maybe these simp ass niggas be like, simp ass niggas be like, yeah, man, what they don't got no hard-boiled eggs. I'll never forget this shit. This in the morning, they ain't got no hard-boiled eggs. So is there something else you want? Oh, over the radio. Like, are you fucking straight wild ass motherfuckers? Wild as a motherfucker. I mean, wow. I bet they was getting pregnant. I bet they was, bro. I bet they was getting pregnant in a bitch. I bet they was. I saw some of the most cornball, cheesiest niggas ever in my life, bro. I mean, cheesy cornball niggas. Straight up cheesy. These mud duck ass bitches. I mean, these mud ducks. I mean, straight fucking frog, legless frog looking motherfuckers. All up in Iraq and Afghanistan, niggas was hollering at these bitches, ugly motherfuckers like, bro, what is you doing, bro? Nah, man, you know what I'm saying? She just act, man. She's asked, bro. Sorry, see, man. She asked, bro. She asked, bro. I'm like, what? What, bro? What? She asked, bro. She asked, so, man, fuck that bitch. She got legs. Oh, man, sorry, see, you tripping, bro. Come on, sorry, see, man. You would do it. I ain't getting no bit. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. You got me fucked up. No, I'm not. We can go to lunch. We can walk to lunch. We can walk to dinner. We can walk to breakfast. The group of us, man, fuck that bitch. Y'all niggas is bugging, bro. Y'all fucking bugging. Motherfuckers out here going. We had shopettes and bazaars, right? The bazaar, you have all the bazaar was a bunch of either when I was in Iraq or Afghanistan, which even when it was, didn't matter. It was a bazaar, right? You had either Iraqis or Afghanistans, and they would set up these little shops, and then you would go to the bazaar, and they would have like, I don't know how the fuck they got this shit, dog. I have no idea they got this, but they always had all the damn. If a movie came out this Friday, they had that shit in the bazaar, bro. Bro. I bought every single Disney movie, every single one, every Disney movie for like $5-6. Every single one, bro. And I try to talk them niggas down from that. Bro. I bought every single. Now, mind you, when we first went over there, it was a whole different ballgame. I bought every single one, bro. I had CD books. I had like 5-6 CD books, big ones. They have the 4 slots on both sides, big ass thick CD books of nothing but fucking movies. New shit, bro. I bought Beautiful Queen Karma. I bought a fucking I don't know if you got one of these, but they had these those thread count blankets. They have like a it's like a, man, these blankets, they're like thin. They're thin, but they're thick. Right? They're thin blankets, but it feels thick. It feels heavy because of the thread count. And it had like It had like these really, really, I mean, it was beautiful, bro. It had a really, really beautiful design on it with like a big a tiger I had on mine, and it had like all these designs on it. And the thread count is what made it so, it made it like sort of heavy, but it was thin, but it was heavy. It was like almost like a weighted blanket almost, but it wasn't. It was just a thread count. Man, I paid $20 for that shit. $20, bro. I paid $20. And when I moved from Washington to Georgia, the movers stole my shit. The movers packed up my shit and packed up my place and stole my shit, dog. I remember looking for this. I'm like, bro, where the fuck is this blanket at? Because I wanted to put it on my couch, like have a throat, like a blanket that you put over. Man, that shit was nice, bro. That shit was nice. Them motherfuckers was selling hash. They had what's those hookahs, selling pretty ass fucking nice ass designer hookahs and shit. They had all kinds of shit there, bro. They was selling fucking decor. Yeah, Queen said she got half her home decor. Man, they had all kinds of shit over there. All kinds of shit. Niggas was buying their shit and selling it until when we the first and the second one. The first and the second one we was good, but the third one, my third deployment to Iraq, they customs cut all that shit. They wouldn't allow you to bring back multiple movies. Like, let's say if you bought, like, I don't know, The Lion King. You know, I'm a Disney guy. I like the Disney movies. So you brought home The Lion King. If you had 2 Lion Kings, they taken one. You can only bring one of them. Like, wait a minute, gang. This one right here has other movies on it. You know, Karma would know this shit. Trail would know this shit, right? That you would buy one CD and it have like 8 movies on that motherfucker. Like, bro, one CD has 8 Disney movies. Dead ass serious. Bro, my homie Lamont says he got an iPod from the Haji shop. Listen, bro, we got hella shit from the Haji shop. We didn't just get iPods. We got hella shit, gang. Hella shit. And then when I went to Afghanistan, when we went to their bazaar in Afghanistan, we had cell phones. What's up, Stock Chaser? Yeah, we had cell phones, bro. See, me, I controlled all of the damn, well, S4 Supply bought all the phone cards, right? They bought all the phone cards, and then they gave it to us. S6, right? They bought it, but we controlled it. I was the NCOIC. I'm an E7. My SIGO was a lieutenant. You know what I'm saying? Then it was a captain, but either or, they only got like 3 years in the military, 4 years in the military. You ain't telling me shit. Well, of course you're going to, because you're my boss, but they went to me for guidance. So I'm telling them, nah, fuck that. Don't be giving these damn cards out knowing good and damn well I got my own stash. I got my own stash of fucking phone cards, and then I make sure that the colonel got his stash, the sergeant major got his stash, the XO got his stash, the S3 got his stash, and then once everybody get their stash, now it's like, all right, I got to make sure the company commanders got their shit, because now, you know, at this point in my career, it's a different story. At this point, my brother EY, thank you so much, EY, always showing me love. I really appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much in the Cash App. So it's like, bro, it was different, bro. It was pretty different, bro. It was different, bro. It was different. But, you know, anyways, past that, let me get back to what I was doing, because y'all taking me down memory lane. If you're looking at Iraq right here, which is right smack dab in the middle of this. Actually, let me put this back up here. If you're looking at Iraq, right? Israel wants to take over damn near all of it. Damn near all of it. Everything from the Euphrates River all the way to the Nile, that's what they want to take. They are using America to fight Iran. Iran will weaken America. A weakened America cannot get in the way of Israel being a greater Israel. If America is weakened soldier-wise with Iran, and Israel fired on Russia. So if America is weakened soldier-wise with Iran, and they fired on Russia, now we're trying to keep shit cool with Russia, and we're fighting Iran. What are we going to do with Israel? Israel is now open to do what the fuck they want to do. Once again, for y'all that just got here, this is the IDF's patch. That one at the bottom, that is Greater Israel. That patch that looks like a damn shoe, a woman's shoe, that is Greater Israel. That is what they want. That is on the IDF shoulder. That's what they want. Greater Israel. This is Greater Israel. That is what's on their patch. That's what's on their arm, their sleeve. That's their shoulder. That's the IDF patch. This, what you see in red, is this what you see for the IDF shoulder. This is what they want. That's Greater Israel. That is what they're fighting for Greater Israel. They cannot take all these people on at all. And I know you guys are wondering, well, why do they want America to get weak? Well, you want America to get weak because look at the American bases that are there. Iran, y'all, has absolutely nothing to do with Greater Israel. Nothing. Yes, Julian, the two lines are the Euphrates and the Nile. Between the Euphrates and between the Nile is Greater Israel. That is the outside lines of the patch. This is Greater Israel, right? The Nile River and the Euphrates River. This is the patch. The outside of this one is the Euphrates. The outside of that one is the Nile. That is the patch. That is what they want. Now, in order for them to get this, they need America there first so that they can build up the strength they need. Once they build up the strength they need America gone so that they can take these countries. They need America gone or weakened so that they can take these countries. Well, how do you weaken America? How do you weaken it? You weaken America by starting a war with Iran. Israel could have started the war with Iran when we were fighting Iraq. Why didn't they? If Iran is the #1 state sponsor of terrorism, and they have been that for the past 47 years, which is a straight up lie, why didn't Israel start a war with Iran then? I'll tell you why once again. They did not need to start a war with Iran then because Iran was never part of Greater Israel. Israel only cares about Israel. But because we have all of these bases that we built up due to our fight with Iraq, Israel needs these bases gone now. Israel can't bomb them. They will, and they'll blame it on Iran, but they can only bomb those bases when we are fighting Iran. Then they can bomb the bases and blow the bases up and blame Iran. Oh man, Iran. You heard JD Vance weird ass talking about Iran is having suicide bombers with nuclear bomb vests. Bro, boy, if you don't sit your weird ass down, if you don't sit the fuck down somewhere. So Iranians are going to now attack America by wearing nuclear bomb vest. Man, this shit ain't no fucking movie, nigga. A nuclear bomb vest. If you don't shut the fuck up, bro. And the crazy part about it is 77 million people will believe that shit. Because y'all watch movies where motherfuckers carry a vest, oh man, a guy got a vest. And then what you know is going to happen? You stupid ass fucking MAGA weirdos are going to be looking at anybody wearing a vest. Oh, why is he wearing a vest, man? He got on a vest jacket. Well, maybe because it's fucking cold outside. And bro just decides to wear a bubble goose a fucking vest. Maybe that's why. Everybody's going to be getting side-eyed now because of this goofy-ass JD Vance. Like, nigga, you wildin', bro. You and your fucking weird-ass eye makeup, you fucking wildin', bro. You weird as a bitch, bro. And why you got dark-ass whatever. Y'all can't tell me this nigga ain't fucking Erica Kirk. I don't give a damn what y'all say. That nigga been fucking Kirk. Been fucking Erica. Even when Erica was, even when she was married to that nigga, he been fucking her. He been cracking that. I don't give a fuck what y'all say. That nigga been hitting that. No, man, she's a a godly woman. Yeah, I'm pretty sure she's a godly woman. When JD Vance was smashing that, she was like, oh God, oh God, oh God. You know, them white people be saying that type of goofy ass stuff when they be getting cracked. Oh God, sweet baby Jesus in a manger. Sweet baby Jesus, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. They be saying that weird ass stuff and they be getting cracked, bro. They be on some, they be saying some wild ass. Yeah, yo, yeah. Y'all dudes is wow. Straight wild, dog. Straight wild. But whatever, bro. Whatever about that. But did it? My brother Mark Wonderlick, salute to my brother. Listen, again, y'all. This is what they need. They need this right here. They need Iran to blow up the American bases. Bro, Israel knew that Iran had missiles that could touch all of these bases. Israel knew this, and they still attacked Iran and said, we got to get rid of their nuclear weapons, the ones that you supposedly obliterated last year. See, when they bombed Iran and supposedly obliterated their nuclear weapons, they was expecting Iran to retaliate right then. That is what Israel was expecting. They were expecting it to retaliate. But Iran didn't retaliate. They didn't retaliate. And because it didn't retaliate, that's why they bombed them again. That's why they bombed that school full of children, because they don't want the retaliations to stop. Because the retaliations are against these bases. And if Iran even remotely thinks about slowing down bombing these bases, Israel will bomb another hospital, or they'll bomb a mosque. They'll bomb something like that. There's a major mosque in Iran, a major one there. There is, what is this? Is it Mecca and Medina, where the Holy Land for us Muslims? Do you know Israel can bomb that? But they have not, and the reason why they have not bombed it is because they're not trying to join. They don't want all Islam to join together. That's why they're picking and choosing. But they're spending their time talking about how bad Islam is, and all Islam is bad, and Islam wants to kill us, and Islam doesn't have beef with we don't have beef with Christians, bro, at all. It is Zios that are stirring the bee pot, that are hitting the beehive. They're hitting the Muslim beehive and the Christian beehive. It is Zios. And then they're saying, hey, look, because Zios can blend in with Christians. So because they can blend in with Christians, they're saying they're claiming to be Christian while hitting the beehive of both sides. It is Zios doing that. It is not Jewish people, bro. It's Zios. They're the ones doing it. They don't even believe in their God is Belial. Their God is the straight up devil, bro. Straight up the devil. Well, so Stock Chaser, if you look at that my video that I did, and I told you guys we only have 3 options. China is with Iran. 100% with Iran. But China is to Pakistan the way that America is to Israel. Pakistan and China are that close. And Pakistan is that bottom piece of Iran, that bottom piece past the Strait of Hormuz, that's Pakistan. That's Pakistan. Yes, Julian, the pretend juice boxes don't like Jesus at all. At all. They hate Jesus. They do not believe that Jesus was anything. They believe this man is burning in hell in his own crap. Yes, so here is the play, yo. Iran and Pakistan are cool. Iran and China are cool. Pakistan and China are fucking buddy, like family. China is, Iran is like family with Russia, right? Iran and China are cool as well. Iran is cooler with China, but cooler with Russia, but they're very cool with China too. So they're all of them are cool. Iran is more cool with Pakistan, and Pakistan is brother sister with China. So if anything happens to Pakistan, China is in it. They have that level of mutual agreement. Anything. And Pakistan is a nuclear country. But if anything happens to Pakistan, anything in any capacity, China is in it. Anything. Iran and China are like cousins. Iran and Pakistan is like uncle nephew. Pakistan and China is brother and sister. Iran is the same way with Russia. Same way. Appreciate you, Dwayne Lowe. Shout out to my brother, Dwayne Lowe. So what I am showing you guys, this is the IDF patch, the one at the bottom that looks like a shoe. That is Greater Israel, the one that looks like a shoe. Right there. This is Greater Israel. From the Nile River to the Euphrates is Greater Israel and everything in between. This is what Israel wants. Appreciate you, Dwayne Lowe. Thank you, my bro. This is what Israel wants, bro. This is Greater Israel. They used America, started a war with Iraq to destroy Iraq, but in the destruction of Iraq, we built up a lot of bases over there. Have you guys noticed there isn't any American bases in Israel? Let me say it again. These are the military facilities in the Middle East. What you're looking at. There is no American base in Israel. We have American base in Jordan, Iraq, Kuwait, Saudi Arabia, the United Emirates, Oman. There is none in Israel. If they are our greatest ally, why don't we have a base in Israel? Damn, not an army base, not an Air Force base. They have that whole coast right there, not a Navy base or nothing. That is the reason why when our ship was flooding, Israel could turn us away. And they did turn us away. When we went to try to dock at Israel, they turned us away. Well, if we had a military base, a Navy base in our greatest ally, then there would be no need to turn us away. We would just go to our base. But we do not have a military base in Israel with our greatest ally. We don't have a military base there. But we got military bases all over Iraq, Jordan, Syria, Saudi Arabia, the Emirates, Oman. We got them all over the place. All over these other places. But we do not have a military base with our greatest ally. How ironic. How ironic, y'all. How ironic. We have more bases in Iraq. We have more bases in Jordan. Hell, we have more bases in Turkey than we do with our greatest ally. There isn't not one, not an army, not an air force, not a navy, nothing. We have absolutely nothing there. Nothing. Not one facility. We literally had to ask them. We had to ask them for help with our ship when our ship toilets were all overflowing. And they told us, no. I know y'all probably don't believe me. Yeah, I know y'all probably don't believe me. The USS Gerald Ford. The USS Gerald Ford, y'all. That is the ship that was turned away. That is the ship that Israel would not help. The USS Gerald Ford. That's the one. $13 billion warship. The USS Gerald R. Ford. Straight up turned that ship away. Would not allow the ship to dock and would not assist and help them. Yet, that is our greatest ally. Well, I will let you guys know this one more time. These ships that are here, all these bases, I mean, not ships, but all these bases that you see on this screen are a threat to this. They are a threat to greater Israel. If there is no military bases, yes, as an aircraft carrier, if there is no military bases in Israel, why would they want them in greater Israel? If there's no military bases in Israel right now, there is no American bases in Israel right now. If there's none of them now, why would they want one in greater Israel? So if you're looking at Israel right now and there's none there, then why would they want any here? So Syria, Iraq, and damn near half of Israel. So then what that would mean is all of these three in Kuwait right here, gotta go. These two Navy ships in the Red Sea, gotta go. All these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, these 6 Air Force bases in Lebanon, Syria, Turkey, and Iraq, and Jordan, and Saudi Arabia up there, they gotta go. These 2 Army bases, the one there in Jordan, well, it's not really in Jordan, but it's right on the side of Jordan. Jordan, that Army base right there in Jordan, and the one in Syria and the one in Iraq, they got to go. The 2 in Kuwait got to go. They all got to go. Well, how the fuck you going to get rid of them? How are you going to get rid of them, bro? What, is Israel supposed to kick them out? No. The best way to get rid of them is to have Iran destroy them. Yeah, have Iran destroy them. Fire on them. We're fighting Iran. I bet you won't fire on these military bases. If we fire on you, I bet you won't. We're going to blow up your base, and you better not do nothing. All of our military bases are well within your range. You better not fire. We're blowing them up. Boom. We sit back and wait for them to fire. They didn't do it. All right, okay. Well, that shit didn't work. Well, let's try it again. This is what we're going to do. You better not. Yeah, we said we destroyed your nuclear program. but we don't believe ourselves. So because we don't, then and what's so crazy is Donald Trump and the rest of his cronies said they destroyed Iran's nuclear program, and then called Iran liars. Well, how the fuck you calling Iran liars? They told you they didn't have a program. You blew up some shit that you said was their program, and then you said they're lying about their program. Well, what the fuck they lying about if you said you blew it up? What are they lying about? Oh, Iran is lying. The only people who are lying are the people who said that they had a base and they blew their fucking nuclear base up and then went to war with them because they had nuclear weapons. But you blew up their nuclear base. You blew that shit up. You said they had it and blew it up. You said their nuclear program has been totally destroyed because you thought they was going to fire on you then, but they didn't. And because they didn't, you fired again for the same reason after you claimed that you got rid of it. No, you didn't get rid of it. You wanted to destroy them. You needed Iran to destroy these military bases. And now let me do something. Let me show y'all something. Let me show you all of the bases that have been hit. Let me show you all the bases that have been hit. Hold on a second. These are all the bases, y'all, that I'm about to show you. These are all the bases that got hit by Iran. These are the Iran strikes right here. This is diabolical. This is exactly what Israel wanted. I mean, exactly what they wanted. Fucking exactly. Now, let me show y'all this shit right quick. Diabolical. Absolutely fucking insane. If you guys don't peep the play, you don't want to peep the play. Yeah, if you don't peep this, you just don't want to. Yeah, you just don't want to. Yes, OG Marcus, you would have to level mountains. And they can't. They have no capability. Not even a nuclear bomb is going to level the mountain. They have absolutely no capability to do it. What you're looking at is the nuclear, you're looking at the military bases in the Middle East. These are the ones that Iran has attacked. Look familiar? And look familiar, y'all. Look familiar? Does it look somewhat familiar to y'all? Look familiar to you guys? So they attacked the bases in Iraq, the bases in Kuwait, the base in Jordan, all of the bases along the Persian Gulf, all of them. Here are the military bases. This is what Greater Israel looks like. Everything in Greater Israel is what they need destroyed. But let me show you guys this. Look at Syria. Y'all see Syria? These are the military bases. In Syria, there's bases. Iran has not attacked them. I was on Camp Arifjan too. I was definitely on Camp Arifjan. But that shit is like a luxury resort right now. But there you go. This is what they want Iran to do. This is what they want. They want Iran to destroy the American bases, to weaken the American structure. They want America to bring fucking troops over here that are going to get slaughtered by a country that has been waiting for these troops for 20 fucking years. Actually, more than that. But they've been preparing for American troops for 20 years. That's why Iran is like, bro, come on. Come on, bro. We're waiting for you, bro. Hold up. Let me show y'all something. Let me see if I can find this for you guys. Okay, here we go. This one. Let me use this one. Yeah, this one. It's kind of fucked up. That one. What about? I want you guys to see this for what it is, because I don't think right now people are. I don't think people are actually realizing what they're doing here. Hold up a second. I really don't think people are understanding what they're doing. I really honestly don't. I don't know how many times I can say what I'm saying. I don't know how many times, but I feel as if people are going to keep, they're going to do what they're going to do. Unfortunately for them, doing what they're going to do is going to consist of getting a shitload of Americans killed. A shitload of Americans killed. All right, let me show you this. Then I'm about to wrap this up. I'm not going to be on much longer. I just want you guys to see this. This, y'all, that right there is the Middle East. That's the Middle East. Matter of fact, let me do it a different way. Let me do it a different way for y'all. Let me do it a different way. So I can give you guys a better grasp of this shit. So let me do it a different way. So you guys can understand how fucking stupid this is for this guy to put boots on the ground. Because looking at this is one thing. You've got to see it from a different way. All right, watch this, y'all. Watch this. Shout out to my brother OG Marcus. He said he done 2 Mediterranean tours while in the Navy on submarines, spent a lot of time over there in the early 90s during Desert Storm. Desert Storm was right before anything. I know people that went to Desert Storm. It was right before anything that I was associated with. I'm hoping that me doing this can somehow enlighten a lot of people. Okay, there we go. All right, now let me do one more thing here. One more thing, y'all. One more thing. Okay, this. One more. Videos. Creating action pics. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Insert picture over this device. This new creating action pointer. Pointer. Yep, there we go. There we go. Yep, here we go. All right, now let me share the screen with you guys. Let me share the screen with you guys now. So now you guys can understand what it is that I'm trying to say to you guys. Share screen. Window is this. Okay. What you're looking at is the Middle East. All of this is Iran. This is all mountains. All of this is mountains, y'all. This is all mountains. Over here is India and Pakistan. Over here, right? Afghanistan is like right over here. All of this is Iran. All of this Iran. This right here in this area is Iraq. This is Iraq right here in this area. All of this is Iran. This is all mountains, y'all. This is all mountains. This is all flat land. There's a little bit of mountains over here, a little bit sprinkled in here, a little bit over here. Turkey got a gang of mountains and shit like all this. This is all, bro, this is the absolute worst fucking terrain to assault. This is the worst fucking terrain to assault. The worst. It's all mountains. All of this is mountains, bro. All of this, the entire coast of Iran, all of this is mountains. They have thousands of missiles all up in here. This is all fucking, this is all mountains. It is impossible for you to fucking go in here and try to assault this. It is impossible, bro. You're going to get your shit tore out the fucking frame. You're fighting, you're literally fighting. Put you like this. When, what is that movie where the Marines had to go up the mountain and assault up the mountain? There's a movie about this shit. In World War II, there was this guy that he was an Army or Marine doctor, one of the two, but he refused to carry a weapon. He refused to carry a weapon, y'all. This is in World War II. Some white dude, you know, he believed in his morals and stuff like that, and he refused to carry a weapon. But he was an Army doctor or a Marine doctor, something like that, one of the two, and he refused to carry a weapon, right? But he went into combat with no weapon, literally. And was it Hamburger Hill? I think it might have been Hamburger Hill. Whatever. The bottom line is they called it, even Hamburger Hill, they called it Hamburger Hill. Why do you think they called it that? Why do you guys think they called it Hamburger Hill? Because the enemy was turning niggas into ops. I mean, into hamburgers. Their ops was turning niggas into burgers, bro. And they were slaughtering motherfuckers. And you had to go uphill. When we did that, I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. 3 second rushes. I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. We did that. Hacksaw Ridge. That's what it is. I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. You have to get up with your ruck on your back or your assault pack holding your weapon, dash for 3 seconds, and then get down. I'm up. He sees me, I'm down. While they're firing at you, bro, you going uphill. That's just a hill. These are mountains. Bro, these are mountains. These are mountains, y'all. These are not hills. They're mountains. This is absolutely the absolute worst. All of this, this shit right here. This is the beach. This is the coast. All of this, bro. This is all mountains. All of this is mountains. They have had 20 fucking years to stockpile mines, bombs, booby traps, missiles. They've had 20 fucking years to stock this up, bro. 20 years. You're fucking bugging, bro. You're fucking bugging. Now, let me flip this back over to this so you guys can see this once again now. The top of Iran, where the Tigris River is at, Tigris River, above the Tigris, that's mountainous. All of Iran is all mountainous. The whole coast, all of that shit is mountains. You're fighting up a mountain. You're fighting up a mountain. You're fucking bugging, bro. You're fucking bugging. This is the absolute worst terrain to try to engage. The worst. You're not driving tanks up the fucking mountain, bro. That's people walking. There is assault vehicles like the Stryker vehicles, which I don't even know if it's still in the military, but the Stryker vehicle was able to do that. But even those could only do it at such a pace. You couldn't go too fast because you're going uphill, and then going uphill, they have turnover points, right? So you go up this hill. If you're going too fast or the turn is too sharp, you flip the fuck over, which is why they didn't do it. These routes, bro, these routes are donkey routes. These are donkeys, bro. Donkeys carry shit up these mountains. Donkeys they're only wide enough for donkeys. And they've been doing it for 20 fucking years. And they did it that way on purpose. Because you can't drive up the motherfucker. You need a donkey. Well, guess what? If you're on a fucking donkey going up a hill where I'm already looking down with a machine gun from Russia or China, you're cooked. You're fucking cooked, bro. You're fucking cooked, bro. You're cooked, bro. You're absolutely fucking cooked, bro. I don't understand what people has got in your fucking mind. Too many people play Call of Duty. Too many of you motherfuckers think that, oh man, listen, bro, I'm playing Halo right here. You know what I'm saying? I'm Master Chief, man. Nigga, this is not a fucking movie, bro. Okay, this part right here, this is all Iraq. This is Iraq, bro. This is flat land. Flat land. This is Iraq. This is flat land. And we couldn't do shit there. We couldn't do shit. This is flat land. This is all flat. Let me flip it back over so you guys can see Iraq now. This is all flat. Iraq is flat. It is flat, bro. Flat. Straight up flat. If you're looking at Iraq, if you look right here at Iraq, you see there's those two rivers right there. I'm not rivers, but those two lakes in the middle of Iraq. Two lakes. There's two of them, right? If you look at Iraq, you see these three bases. There's two Air Force bases, and then there's a green flag right there. There's two Air Force bases and a green flag. The green flag is an Army base. And right between those, you see right above the I in the name Iraq, you see a lake, and then below the I, you see another lake. If you see these two lakes, those two lakes are these two lakes. These two lakes. Those two lakes are these two lakes. This is all Iraq. This is Iraq right here. This is flat land, bro. Iraq is flat land, and we couldn't fuck with them at all. We couldn't fuck with them. Afghanistan has some mountainous areas, but it's a lot of flat land too. But there's some mountainous areas in there, but it's a lot of flat land. But it's got a mountain. Iran is all fucking mountain. This part right up here is a little bit flat around Tehran and shit like that. But all of this is fucking mountains, bro. This is all fucking mountains. All of this is mountains. We couldn't find Osama bin Laden until we found the nigga in Pakistan. And that should tell you all you need to know. Osama bin Laden was fighting in Pakistan. He was chilling in Pakistan. That's where they found him at. That's where they got him, in Pakistan. Why didn't we just go to war with Pakistan for harboring the world's #1 terrorists? There's a reason why we didn't. Because they're fucking brother and sister to China. And if we would have attacked Pakistan, we would have got our fucking monkey asses tore out the frame. That's why we don't attack them. That's why. We are just the bully that people look at and say, oh man, we don't want to mess with the bully. But now everybody's grown up. China's growing up. Russia's growing up. Iran is like, fuck you, nigga. Bring your bitch ass on and watch what happens. We're not stopping fight. I don't give a fuck what lies you make. Oh, listen, man, Iran they want to make a deal with us so bad. So bad. They gave me 8 large ships of oil. They want to make a deal with us so bad. Man, Iran is like, nigga, fuck you, nigga. I'm not making a deal with shit. I wish you motherfuckers would come over this bitch and try to invade. It'll be a bloody fucking day for y'all. And that's exactly what Israel wants. That is what Israel wants. They are not afraid of China has the largest nuclear bomb on earth. China is the only country on earth that has a fucking hydrogen bomb, which is the largest nuclear bomb on earth. They're the only ones. They're the only ones. Russia has a new nuclear bomb. D55, what up? Russia has a new nuclear bomb. It does not go through the air. It goes through the water. It is a nuclear torpedo. It only travels at like 10 miles per hour. It makes the wake of a sea animal. So if you was to see it on sonar, it looks like a whale. It is dispensed 2 ways. They fire it from the land, and it fires not up into space. It fires out into water. It goes under the water. It only travels at like 10 miles per hour. It is nuclear powered. They can fire it from the land in Russia, and it will go over and through the fucking Pacific Ocean all the way till it gets to the coast, and then it will either deploy out of the water, and it holds 80 fucking nuclear missiles in its warhead. 80. It will fire off the fucking coast, or it will detonate all 80 nuclear bombs on the coast and cause a fucking tsunami. And you will never see it coming because your sonar will recognize it as a whale, as a sea animal, because it's not going 20, 30, 40 knots. It's going slow as a bitch. It's going slow as fuck, bro. Like 10 miles per hour. A bass swims faster than that. A pike swims faster than that. Bro, you cannot use nuclear weapons, bro. And like I told you guys in my video that I did, like I told you in my video, If you fire a nuclear weapon on Russia, they have the dead hand trigger, which means Vladimir Putin has to continually tell the system no. Continually. Whether that's by heartbeat, whether that's by voice, or whatever. But he has to continually tell the system no. In the absence of him saying no, they will all fire on all targets. If someone was to kill Vladimir Putin, every nuclear missile in Russia would fire. It's called the dead hand trigger. The dead hand trigger is what it's called. It sounds good to say that Vladimir Putin is a criminal and we gotta take out Vladimir Putin, man. It sounds good. It sounds real good, bro. It sounds real good. Google it if you don't believe me. It's called the dead hand trigger. That's what it's called. If the leadership in Russia is to be unalive, I don't know what the trigger is, whether it's Putin's heartbeat, whether it's a voice command, whatever it is, because wherever Vladimir Putin goes, his security guard carries a suitcase. That suitcase is not just the whatever. Whole different story. But it's the dead hand. If you take out Vladimir Putin, if whatever that trigger is, I don't know if it's his heartbeat, stock says no pulse, whatever it is, if you take out Vladimir Putin, if you was to unalive this man, just understand that the world will be no more, because the dead hand is set to fire every single nuclear bomb at all targets. That's why he goes wherever he wants to go. What the fuck you gonna do? Yeah, but go ahead. We can take me out all you want, gang. Well, go ahead, take me out, bro. Because when you take me out, just know that nobody else is lasting. No one's lasting. Absolutely no one. But you can take me out if you want to. Go ahead, gang. I'm going to go wherever I want to go, and I'm going to do whatever I want to do. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing. You ain't going to do shit, bro. What does Putin care? What would he care? He's dead. What would he care? That's a true story, bro. Y'all don't got to believe me. Google it. Google dead hand trigger. Russia's dead hand trigger. In the absence of leadership, if the leadership is somehow taken out, every last one of them will fire. Every nuclear bomb will fire, and everybody, in every direction. You're bugging if you think whatever, bro. We have a complex about ourselves where we think that we're bigger, stronger, and more powerful than anybody because we spend $1 trillion on our military. It is not true. You spend $1 trillion in your military and you spread it all over the globe. I spent a couple of billion and I consolidate them all right here. I told you guys this the last time. If I consolidate my entire army right here and you have 1 battalion and I have fucking multiple divisions, I am going to obliterate your battalion. You figure a battalion is 5 companies. Each company holds about 200 people. So you roughly got like 1,000 people in a battalion. Well, in a battalion, one company is about 200 people, about 200. There's 5 companies in a battalion. 5 companies make up a battalion, right? At a minimum of 5 make up a battalion. 5 battalions make up a brigade. 5 battalions. 5 battalions, y'all, make up a brigade. A 1,000 soldiers in a battalion. 5,000 in a brigade. There is like 5 to 6 brigades that make up a division. 5 to 6 brigades. So let's bring this down again. About 200 soldiers in a company. 5 companies make up a battalion. That's about 1,000 soldiers. About 1,000 soldiers in a battalion. 5 battalions make up a brigade. That's 5,000 soldiers per brigade. 5 to 6 brigades. Roughly 30,000 soldiers make up a division. 5 or something divisions make up a corps. So if you have a company and I have a brigade, how the fuck you think you're going to beat me? You have a company, roughly 200 soldiers, roughly 200. I have a brigade, 5 battalions, 5,000 soldiers versus 200. How are you going to beat me? You think that because you got an American patch on your shoulder, you think because you got a national defense ribbon, you've been in the military for a year, so you got a national defense ribbon and an American patch on your shoulder, and you think that gives you that you got the power of the world now. You're fucking He-Man. I have the power. Okay, cool. That's what's up. Well, they got 5,000. You have 5,000 versus your 200. And not only do they have 5,000, not only that, motherfucker, you're fighting uphill against up a mountain against 5,000. You wouldn't last 5,000 seconds. You wouldn't last 5,000 seconds, bro. They have 5,000 people on top of a mountain with natural cover. Natural cover. 5,000 looking down on you, moving up the hill. You think the airplanes are going to stop them? No. You think the Apaches? No. The Apaches didn't stop the motherfuckers in Afghanistan. The fucking Comanches, which is a badass helicopter, they didn't stop the motherfuckers in Afghanistan. The drones that they had didn't stop motherfuckers in Afghanistan. We never won. Man, we got chased the fuck out of Afghanistan, bro. Literally chased out. Niggas was holding onto the plane's fucking tires. We got chased out. What the fuck do you think is going to happen in Afghanistan? Man, Iraq didn't have no army like that. Iran's army was weak as fuck, bro. They didn't have no real army like that. They had a lot of numbers, but they didn't have soldiers like that. Iran's army is trained by China and Russia. That is where they got 90% of their fucking strategies from. China and Russia. The 10% they got from watching America. Watching America fight Iraq and Afghanistan on both sides of their borders. That's where they got their 10% from. I know your strategy. I know what you're going to do. So come on. Because now I know what your strategy is. I know what weaponry you have. I know your capabilities. I'm allies with China and Russia, who both know your capabilities, and you can't do shit to them. I'm allied with both of them. So now what are you going to do? If we attack Iran, which I believe we are going to, if we attack them, it is about to be a fucking bloodbath. An absolute bloodbath. We are fighting up mountain. Let me see if I can see something. If I can show you guys. I want to end this shit, but I really want you motherfuckers to see this, bro. I want y'all to see the actual I want y'all to see this before I wrap this up. Is that a piece of it? Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. There we go. This is what I want you guys to see. This right here is what I want y'all to see. This. I want y'all to see this, and then I'm going to wrap this up, but I want y'all to see this. This is what motherfuckers is fighting against. This right here. I want y'all to see this shit. This is what we are trying. This is what we're going to be fighting. And then I'm going to show you guys what we were fighting. Yeah, here we go. This, I want you to see what it is that we are looking to fight now. What it is we're looking to fight. What we're about to put boots on the ground in. There's a reason why motherfucking Alexander the Great had fucking troubles here and didn't really never fucking conquer none of this shit. But whatever. Then I'm going to show you Iraq's. This is what we fought. All right, here we go. Let me get y'all right now. And then I'm going to wrap this up. I'm going to wrap this up. All right, save that. So let me get this. This is what Iraq looks like. This is what we fought. Need that. Should be taking forever to do things the way I'm trying to run through this, do it quick for y'all because it's getting late, right? So I want you guys to, go ahead and do your thing or whatever. But I just want you guys to see and understand the difference. This right here, y'all, is what we fought. We fought this. This is how it looked. What we fought. That's what we fought. This is what we're about to fight. We fought this, where you can see as far as the fucking eyes can see in damn near every direction, except for up a little bit north towards Syria, where Sinjar Mountain is at, and you can clearly see that mountain in the middle of everything because everything is desert all the way around it, and then you have the Sinjar Mountain sitting right there in the middle. This is what we fought. And we got our asses whipped, regardless of what anybody tells you. We fought this and was getting our asses whipped by motherfucking farmers that was digging holes in the street and burying the hole back up, putting a big-ass bomb in it and driving off. And then when the bomb blew up the head of the convoy or the middle of the convoy, they popped up out of little weeds on the side of the streets and fired at the fucking convoy. And we had to call in air support to get these motherfuckers off our ass. Factual story. This is what we're about to go against. You have no idea where anybody is at in these mountains. You have no idea. You are driving along this dirt road here. You're driving along this dirt road. Nigga, they don't need to put anything in the streets. Once you go around the other side of this mountain, your ass is whipped, nigga. You don't know where, bro. They're firing down on you. You're fucking bugging, bro. Nigga, I ain't going, dog. I'm not going. I ain't going. Yeah, I ain't going. Yeah, y'all, you can forget that shit. And they grew up here. And they grew up here, y'all. They grew up here. They know every fucking nook and cranny of all this shit. Here's a different picture for you guys. You niggas is bugging, bro. You're fucking bugging. You really think you just going to just go to somebody's house where they know everything about it? They know the shortcuts and shit. Ain't nobody going to your neighborhood and fucking going to, yeah, I'm gonna do this to you in your neighborhood, bro. You know all the shortcuts. You know all the shortcuts. You know where everything is at. You know all that shit. How did they expect to just go up to your spot and just run through your shit? Here's a different view. This is on the side around a little bit closer to like water and stuff like that. This shit right here. It looks like this. Nigga, you're bugging. You're fucking bugging. You're fucking bugging, bro. Once again, this shit right here whipped our ass. This shit right here. This looks like where we camped at right outside of Fallujah. We camped in something like this right outside of Fallujah. Dead ass serious. Something straight flat just like this. And they went into Fallujah and went crazy, but something like this right outside of it. Just a straight up opening. And we had to put up fucking barbed wire out, and then we all had the fucking what's name, and a big hole like that, it was wider than this. A big hole like that is where one of them fucking captains and one fucking gung-ho captains fell into. That shit was funny as hell. Oh my God, bro. Even to this moment right now, I think about that shit. That shit was funny as hell. They sent this all out, right? While motherfuckers is going in and coming back and shit like that. We got to guard the perimeter, and then we were guarding the perimeter, and we stay there for X amount of time, and then we go back, and then we get some rest, and then we do whatever our mission is, and then we go right back in. We're guarding the perimeter. This right here, bro, these big ass holes that you see right there, they were way bigger than this, like way wider, right, and deeper, and we had to go at nighttime, bro. You can't see these motherfucking things, bro. It's just black and it's just all dark, bro. You can see that way because that way is where Fallujah is at, and you can see shit blowing up and you can hear all that shit. But right, man, you can't see all this shit, bro. It's just a straight up opening, just straight up motherfucking sand field. So they send us out. And we have to go out go out this way, blah, blah, blah. My squad, there was a certain area that we had, right? We had our perimeter and we had our fucking, our area or that we're going to keep. And we fucking would go out to it. And I'm out there laying on the ground and shit in a prone position. I'm just laying there and shit. You know, I'm keeping my fucking area, keep moving my weapon. I'm looking at my area and shit. But you know, you can see shit out of your peripheral vision. You can see out your peripherals, and you got these fucking gung-ho captains that never been to combat, that don't know shit about anything and want to tell everybody what to do, and they're fucking walking around, hey, what's going on? Man, get your bitch ass out of here, bro. But this one captain, bro, the funniest shit ever. Like, there was a big ass hole that was dug. I don't know who the fuck dug it or dug it for what. I don't know. There was a big ass hole dug in the sand. Big ass hole. And it was like right here, like behind me, a little bit behind me, but like right there. And then, so I was on this side, right? You could walk in front of the hole, which what I did, I walked in front of the hole to get to my position. So I'm sitting here, I'm laying on the ground in a prone and shit. I'm looking. And you're just looking over the desert. You can't see shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, whatever. I'm just looking, whatever. But out my corner of my vision, niggas is scared to death, bro. So I'm looking at the corner this way, my peripheral here. I'm seeing, you can see, because we had these were DCUs. So the DCUs were like a tan color. So at nighttime, they were different. At nighttime, they were totally different at night, right? So they shown up different. They're supposed to blend in. Them shits didn't blend in with nothing, but they blended in the daytime, not at nighttime. But anyways, so the captain, you could see him a little bit down the line, and he's walking down, you know, tapping everybody, making sure everything's okay. You see anything, let us know, blah, blah, blah. Like, no shit, bro. So we're going to see something and not do anything? If niggas is running at us, is coming at us, of course we're going to say something. You're going to hear the gunshots, but whatever. This motherfucker came up. Now, mind you, it's a big-ass hole right there. So my boy was, you know, he was right over there. He was in the prone looking over the sand. And I'm over here. I can see, you know, my peripheral vision. I can see him walking up. And all of a sudden, you see him walking up, and it's like a straight, it looked like a straight cartoon, bro. It was like, nigga just straight disappeared. Dog. That nigga straight disappeared, bro. He was walking all fast, tapping, saying, walking all fast, get up, tapping, saying, walking all fast. And he was walking up and just went, walking, whoop, and just straight disappeared. So this was the funny shit ever. So I got up and I walked over to the hole, and he was he was laying at the bottom of the hole, dog. That nigga was laying in the bottom of the hole, right? And the sergeant major, they called his ass Spider-Man. He was a big ass kid, bro. He had a full life Spider-Man shit in his house. They called him Spider-Man and shit. So he walked over to the hole, and he didn't even try to help the nigga, bro. He just walked over to the hole. He was looking down, and he just started laughing, and that fucked everybody up. Because when he was standing there looking down at the captain and started laughing at that nigga, dog, everybody else just bust out laughing. I could not stop laughing, bro. I was laughing so fucking hard, bro. And Spider-Man, Sergeant Spider-Man, they called it. He had a funny laugh. That's how he laughed. So he was looking down the hole. This nigga, he was looking down at him and like, dog, I was laughing so fucking hard, bro. We were all, man, we was cracking the fuck up. They finally got him out. When they got him out and shit, the sergeant major was still laughing. He didn't try to help this nigga nothing, dog. He didn't try to help this nigga or nothing, bro. Once they finally got the nigga out the hole and shit, they finally got him out and shit. Nobody was asking him, is he all right? Niggas was just laughing. Mind you, now he's a captain. So it wasn't like I was laughing like I couldn't. It was at nighttime. So it wasn't like that's all you kept hearing. Like, oh, come on, bro. Come on, dog. That shit was funny than a motherfucker. He was all muddy. Man, that shit was funny. He didn't go down the line no more. That nigga he limped back to the top. He just limped back to the top. That shit was funny as a bitch. Oh my gosh, the shit was funny. But anyways, this right here, flat as you can see, we got our asses whipped with this. And yet we're going to, mind you now, when I went to, the army was different, right? When I went to war, it was different. Yeah, you could get into a fight. They'll take you behind the woodshed and beat your ass. You want to fight an NCO? Bet. You think you could beat my ass? Bet. Let's go to the tree line. We go to the tree line, I'll beat your ass. Or you beat mine. Go to the tree line. Right? That was my basic, my AIT. That was my shit. Not even 8 years later, that shit was soft as a bitch. It was so fucking soft, bro. Right now, if you tell a soldier to do some fucking push-ups, you fucked up, do some push-ups. They'll go tell on you and say some shit like you made them feel a certain type of way and you'll get in trouble. The leadership in the military has zero authority. Zero. You have a full military full of soft ass niggas that if you hurt their feelings, they will tell on you. You are going against a 1,000,000-man army of people who are ready to die. They are, and they don't even consider themselves dying as a bad thing. They consider it themselves being a martyr. They are ready, and then you killed the Ayatollah to made everybody. What we did when we killed the Ayatollah is essentially what happened when Israel took down the Twin Towers. That is what we did when we killed the Ayatollah. Literally, that's what we did. When the Twin Towers fell and the entire country got galvanized together and we all backed going to war with Afghanistan or Iraq, everybody was backing it and support our troops and support our freedom and all these things. I'm proud to be an American and don't you know I see all that type of shit. Niggas was gassed up with long parades watching niggas get on a plane to go to Iraq. Long ass parades and shit. Care packages galore. That's exactly what we did when we killed the Ayatollah. That's exactly what we did. We got anybody that was sitting around this motherfucker in Iran thinking that they really don't want to go to war. When you killed the Ayatollah, just look at it this way. For Iranians, the Ayatollah was the Pope. Just imagine if some Muslims assassinated the Pope. How would that play out? How would that play? Because that's what the Ayatollah was to the Iranians. He was like the Pope. And you think now because you took what you thought he was the government? You thought he was just an elected president? No, he was the Pope, bro. He was the fucking Pope. That's who he was. And that's who you killed. And you didn't just kill him. You killed him. You killed his son's wife. You killed his granddaughter. You're fucking bugging. And then you left the son alive. Well, what do you think he's going to do? What would anybody in here do if somebody killed your dad, your wife, and your baby? What would you do? What would you do? What would any man in here do? And then this is what I have on my side. So you killed my wife, you killed my daughter, you killed my dad, and then you want to attack me. And this is the advantage I have. I've got this advantage and I've studied your strategy for 20 years, and I've got cutting edge military. Bring your bitch ass on. Come on. I'm fucking every one of you up. Bring your bitch ass. They're sitting around like, come on. Come on. And that's exactly what Israel wants. To remove the bases that they needed to get their strength. All of these bases is what Israel needed to get strength. They are now strong. They do not need these bases. And that's why these people are getting, these bases now are getting attacked and blew up. That's why. That's why. And that's exactly what Israel wants. But anyways, y'all, I'm going to get up out of here, man. I just wanted to make sure I touch base with you guys and talk to y'all about this a little bit and give you a perspective from my experience and from what I see. This is not a good thing. If we attack them with boots on the ground, we're going to get our asses whipped badly. Badly. The only allies we got over there is Turkey. Turkey. We have Turkey and Pakistan, but Turkey mainly. We just shitted on Saudi Arabia. Motherfucking Donald Trump just got on the stage and said that the crown prince of Saudi Arabia has to kiss his ass. Straight got on the stage and said that. Straight got on the stage and said, well, the president of Saudi Arabia, the crown prince of Saudi Arabia, he never thought he had to kiss my ass. Nigga, you said this on TV. You're fucking bugging. Whatever, bro. Whatever, bro. Whatever. They cut Khashoggi to pieces for that shit. for questioning the crown prince. They cut him to pieces. You got on a fucking stage in front of the world and said that the crown prince never really thought that he was going to have to kiss your ass. All right, gang. That's what's up. Whatever, bro. I'm not going. I ain't going. I'm not going, bro. Hey, y'all rock out, bro. I'm chilling right here in Irving, Texas. You niggas can rock out, bro. Hey, tell me about it, bro. Let me know if Iran looks the same as it did before. Let me know. Because I ain't going. Y'all let me know, bro. I'm trying to go to Colombia out this bitch. I don't even want to be here. It's getting too dangerous to live in America out this motherfucker, bro. I'd rather go to Colombia. Well, it's always been dangerous, but shit, I'd rather go in another country. I'm about to deport my damn self to Colombia out this bitch. Anyways, man, I'm out of here, y'all. BFTB, well, I'm not going to say BF. Over here, I'm just DJ. So salute to you guys, man. Thank y'all for chilling with me. And they've already raised the draft, Mike. 42 years old. And if the Republicans stay in office after November, the draft will be implemented. They've already said it. They've already said it, y'all. Hell yeah, I'll go to Medellin and stay there forever. They've already said it, y'all. If the Republicans keep the House and the Senate, the draft will be initiated in December. I'm just letting y'all know this. But hey, I don't give a fuck, bro. I ain't going either way. I'm not going. You can draft all you want to. You're going to try to have to catch me in fucking Medellin. You have to catch me, nigga. I'll walk to that bitch. You have to catch me, bro. I ain't going. You got me fucked up. I know what that looks like. And I know what type of time that is. I know what type of time that is. I know. Hey, catch me if you can, dog. Catch me if you can. Dead ass serious. Catch me if you can, bro. Anyways, man, I'm out of here, y'all. BFT, look, this is DJ over here. Peace and blessings. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.